Yeah,
This is very cool.
yeah. This one, though it's in the wrong setting, what I've started doing, especially when I'm using big structures like these, is creating codes in different languages. So what you're seeing inside, like the what diamond hull, the big obelisks, um, are messages. And the wonderful thing with working in 3D is that you've got to look at it rather like 3D chess. It's no longer just going backwards and forwards in a linear fashion. So some of the words can be up, down. Look, you've got to look at it from all different angles for the different letters, and some of it's symbols, and also different alphabets and different languages. And some, in some of the other ones, I've got them in binary code, just for the real sort of like nerds like myself.
Some of it looks a little bit like DNA as well. I'm sure it's not, but it looks like it.
Yeah, but it goes back to my enjoying geometry using triangles.
Yeah.
So
This is visually stunning. What's really
yeah,
clever about it is you've got the almost the translucent mother of pearl thing going on,
mm,
but you know they're 3D structures with something in the middle. You know, it's not even sort of 3D.
have you tried stepping
It's
into
something else.
one?
Let me do it
You
now.
you can stick your head in it, which is what I love.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. My head's by the planet. That's
Yeah,
very, very
but
cool.
turn yourself round and stick
I can't.
yourself
I'm sitting
into.
down.
All right, use your teleport button. That was it. You just went into one just behind you. There, you got half your visor in it. There you are. Do you see the effect
Oh yeah,
now?
this
How
is
different?
very, very cool.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
See, this one, it took me about 12 hours playing around with this, and it's not finished yet. But, you know, trying to devise the little messages. So it's like the ultimate message in a bottle, but across
Yeah.
time and space.
And would you consider sort of, you know, just in English, putting messages in?
Yeah, I've started doing that in one of my other ones where it's in a desert. And have you seen the rock garden that's like up in Mars with the gravitational anomalies going on with the gravel,
No.
with the trees? No. Okay. With that one, it's in English. But I just thought using a variety of languages allowed people from different nations to find something that's meaningful to them.
Yeah. I love
Because
it. I love the shapes of them as well.
yeah,
It's maybe because of the space backdrop as well. It looks
yeah.
so stunning. This is
The
very clever.
original backdrop's great as well because I've used mainly a yellow. So the sky is split in two, and having sort of like mountains in the background, so that depending on where you're standing, because the sky is orange, yellow, and red, and then the mountains have changed colours as well. So depending on if you looked at it in a 360-degree manner, looking through the stones with different colours, you know, if you worked your way around like a clock, is actually
Did you do the
quite stunning.
symbols inside first?
No, you go inside after you've drawn.
Wow.
So, yeah. And then you have fun. And then you get the eraser out an awful lot and think, oh, darn, I can't read it. Or, you know, one thing to consider for anyone is that I'm unable to write the right way round. My brain can't do it. So all my letters are in reverse. Anything I write, it's from right to left, and the letters in themselves are reversed like a mirror image. So, yeah. just to add a level of complexity, and that's not done on purpose. That's just how I write in normal life as well.
How big
Yeah.
is this going to get?
In its original back place, it'll be probably about 50 to 100 meters in length. In terms of our length of, if you were to have like a warehouse that was 100 meters long with sculptured artwork, it'll be about that. So there'd be masses to investigate. And I like the idea actually of creating a space with some of these sort of like diamond holes with ones that are not translucent at all, and being able to play hide and seek. You know, spheres, whatever shapes that you want, hide inside a flower or a tree. But rather than hiding behind stuff, it's like the ultimate space where you can have the greatest game of hide and seek. But also, if you in multi-brush as the setting, you've got some brushes like the splatter one, so you can literally teleport behind someone and then splat them, rather like paintball. And you could do it with your friends around the world. But
which is really
yeah.
clever.
So yeah, well, pleased you like this one.
No, I think this is stunning. Really, really stunning.
Yeah.
It's extraordinarily versatile, but I think you put it to good use. You know, figuring out that you can go for a translucent, solid 3D structures, and then put coding in the middle. It looks good as well. It looks vibrant and energetic. It's really, really cool.
Thank you.
I think this is technically must be hard as well. So yeah, no, really impressive.
I think you just got to enjoy and spend time with it, obviously, because it's like you with painting. You don't just know how to paint. A lot of time and effort goes in, and I delight in the amount of stuff that goes wrong for me, because then I learn so much more through those. And I don't know whether you find that with your stuff that you do, that there's more beauty in the stuff that goes slightly wrong.
Yeah, sort of the happy accidents.
Yeah.
Which makes a mockery of the planning that goes into, each work, doesn't it? That's always the thing that the public never see, is how much prep
Time. Yeah.
and thought there is.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is the thought, and yeah, and picking exactly the right colors and tonally
Yeah.
getting the colors right. You can have painted a great thing, and then just by changing one color selection, or when in real life as opposed to VR, because I'm not wasting a canvas in VR. I've wasted hours, but and I can erase my last thing. But for people producing art in real life, you've applied paint, and the whole picture could be totally ruined. And I think that people, can see the great pieces of work that you produce, but don't realize that occasionally, if you're not feeling it or you're just slightly off your game, one bad choice of color and that painting's had to go. And that could be, a previous lot of months work gone down the drain just because of a wrong color choice, or not choice, but it's just not worked out as you'd thought in your head.
Yeah.
Whereas I can change the colors on certain aspects far more easily. All I've lost is time, but I've not lost a whole canvas and the expense of paints, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is, as well as a place for being creative, I like being in VR because I find it relaxing with all the crap news and shit going on, that you can just chill and almost block out the real world, but create a world that is more beautiful for yourself.
No, true and well said.
Yeah. Just curious, with when you are getting yourself into the right headspace, does the choice of music to which you listen when painting affect the outcome or even the choice of colours?
Yeah, it can do. I mean, it's definitely a contributing factor. I think mood is the most, um, it's the thing that isn't spoken about in art very much. You know, we talk about feeling and inspiration and whatever and energy, but you know, if one's at a low ebb, you've got no mojo that day, then 9 times out of 10, the painting that results from that day isn't going to be the best. It's not going to be terribly awesome. Whereas if you're feeling $1 million, I think certainly for me, I'm a mood painter. So getting into the right headspace is quite important. But you know, essentially, that could just be avoiding the news. You mentioned it earlier. You know,
Mm,
putting on the news first thing in the morning, that can be, you know, pretty harsh on the old mojo, because you know, 10 minutes with a cup of coffee and you know, sitting in front of the news, and you sort of feel, Lord, you know, I've totally lost the energy. You know,
yeah.
I've lost the mojo, kind of thing. And it could just be in your personal life as well. You know, you've got
Mm,
loads of bills to pay, and you know, this, that, and the other, and that can get you down a little bit. You know, it's the reality of life, isn't it? And it catches up
yeah.
with you. And I guess what you're doing is getting away from all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. The one thing I've found for myself, um, if I haven't got like my head screwed on the right way, it- like you said, the mojo type thing, I have to try and recreate that and push myself into it. And that's where music is important to me. But I've noticed I've got to
Yeah,
be really careful. If I play angry music or music that's too angry in itself, the colors and what I produce is actually pretty frightening. It's like
yeah,
having an exorcism, but music does that. But I can play, if I play something that's got a bit more upbeat after having like rubbish news or something, it can just change my frame of mind. And the other thing is having a bit of play beforehand. And this is something with working VR as opposed to in real life. Um, if you can't, you wouldn't spend an hour with your most expensive paints and best canvases just playing with the paint because
no,
it costs money. Within here, I can spend an hour getting everything out and getting myself into a happy place with happy music, and it comes out with me, you know, having like creating like a party scene type thing, and it's really enjoyable. And then I can get down to the serious aspects of like the art, creating the codes, all that design, but it's done with a lot of love and not because I have to be disciplined. So that's where the music is important for me. But um, I think play is if you're able to do it with just get out your cheap paints and um, crayons or whatever, and just get some scrap paper and get rid of the dark mojo. It makes such a difference.
no, I think you're right.
But yeah,
Well, I'm going to love you and leave you.
well, thank you for your
This is
time.
awesome.
I'm pleased you
This is
like it.
absolutely awesome. It's actually quite inspiring.
Well,
No, no, it really is.
your
I
work
think
is
that
as
the
well.
thought, yeah, okay,
No,
but
it
this really
is.
is. Anyway,
You've. I'll let you see some of the others another time. But great chatting with you, John. And any people should look out for Johnny Popkes on the internet for his wonderful oil paintings, a true talent of our time. Bye.
thank you. Bye.